Now, Plan B, by definition from Urban Dictionary, which we all know is the most reliable source out there, is the person, place, thing, or idea that you go to when your first one fails. Now, for sake of my talk, let's just cut out the person part, because that doesn't really apply. But I have a question, a rhetorical question for the people out there with jobs. Now, the long-term career path that you went on, was that your plan A or your plan B? Let that sit there for a moment. Now, the magic question. When we were young, we were always asked that one question by all adults. What do you want to do when you grow up? Now, our answer would be always crazy, Princess Leia or Jimmy Neutron for me, I always wanted swirly cool hair and the big brain and big forehead. I couldn't get the hair work out, but I think the other things might. But as we got older, our answers became more realistic, like doctor or lawyer or actor. But somewhere between what we wanted, when we picked what we wanted to do in adulthood, the question turned to, instead of being what we wanted to do, to what we have to do. Now, I'll talk about this change a little bit later, but I want to go into some statistics. 52.3% of Americans are unhappy with their jobs or background. Another survey says that 59% say having an interest in the job makes them the happiest. Now, logically, if the second one is true, then some of the people in that 52.3% that aren't happy with their jobs do not have an interest. Now, I'm going to give you an example of somebody who followed what they wanted to do instead of how much money was in their wallet. This is Chris Pratt. You might know him from every movie out right now. But you probably don't know that he dropped out of college and was homeless, living in his trailer in Hawaii. Then with hard work and time, finally got to where he was today, starring in all these huge Hollywood movies, and just being, amazing. Then another example isn't just one individual. Millions of people audition every year for Broadway shows. The minimum wage of a Broadway show is $1,509 a week. Performers perform 8 times a week. Then a book I read once chronicling the life of current Broadway actors and actresses called Making It on Broadway said that a lot of them still live in their same apartments they lived in when they first moved. And then almost all of them said that after they made their Broadway debut, they were unemployed for months after that show ended. So you're probably asking, why do they keep doing it? They're not making that great of pay. They're moderately known, but not as big as all these Hollywood stars. So why do they keep doing it? Because they love to do that. I think they're asking themselves the question, what else would they do that they're so passionate about? Okay, so let's go into my family a little bit. This is my family, Anita and Steven at the top, the parents, and then my sister and brother, Stevie and Danielle. This picture, it's a little dated. You can't really see it, but my sister's wearing a Powerpuff Girl towel, prominent TV show in the Manning family household. Then the struggle, that is me. That is very accurate. I have to give my parents a lot of props here because they did not stop. They did not look at me at all when they were trying to find what I was interested in. I did so much. I did hockey, I did gymnastics, I did swimming, I did piano twice, I did guitar. It was ridiculous. I even did kickball. I didn't know there was organized kickball. That's a little weird. Then one sport in particular, my dad really wanted me to excel in, which was basketball. And I'm pretty sure you have to not be afraid of a sport to excel in it. When somebody would try to pass me the ball, I kind of had that face on, hair no, please don't, maybe later. Okay. So back to my family. My family motto is kind of just do what you want. And not you can wreck the house, be crazy, but just go for what you want to do. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you love to do. And I was never really pushed to do anything that I didn't really love to do or had a genuine interest in. Well, except swim team for the second year. Okay, so back to the transition where I said people change that question to what we have to do instead of what we want to do. One of them is long-term financial stability. Now, I feel like somewhere in high school, we get so scared about being adults, so we kind of get scared and think, maybe my plan A isn't going to support me the rest of my life, so maybe I should go and do something that's gonna definitely be there throughout my life. And so that's one of the reasons. And then peer pressure. For some reason, these 4 years, we think though that's the rest of our life. We think after we're a senior, there's nothing else that matters, and we have to do everything those 4 years to make everything matter. And that's not the case. These 4 years are so short, and after them, we have so much afterwards, but we're letting the people in these 4 years dictate what we're gonna do after those 4 years. And we need to stop that trend because we're really letting them affect how we turn out. And then parents' decisions. This kind of goes with long-term financially stable because, I mean, if you're a parent, obviously you're gonna want your child to be financially successful in their life. I mean, you want them to bring home a weekly check every week. And I feel like parents, when they do that, they want the child to play to their strengths. And so maybe their strengths that aren't as strong don't get noticed. But instead of playing to their strengths, I feel like, playing to their strengths that they don't like the kid doesn't like, I feel like the parents should put the strengths that the kid wants to do. So if they're like a singer, but they're not really the best singer, I feel like the parents should put them in voice lessons and make sure that if they really want to do that, they get better and they work hard at it to become what they want to be, instead of making them what the parent wants to be. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of this year. My English teacher, brought up this project called 20 Time, where one day out of the week, for the whole year, we would work on a project. And I chose to write a musical. And I didn't change that idea the whole time, because I really knew I was passionate about that, and I was really happy because Mr. Provenzano, my English teacher, told us about kids last year who, midway through their project, they lost motivation for their project, and they began changing it so they could be interested. And I was really happy I didn't change my idea because it really showed how passionate I was about it. And so this is what I accomplished over the year, but before you play it, I just want to say, I didn't think all of you guys were going to see this. I thought it was going to be a few people in my English class, so the vocals are a little here and there. So just know that, and I apologize for that in advance.
Have you ever hit that point in time where only tears could soothe your pain? Have you ever walked 1,000 miles just to lose all that you gained? Well, it's time to start realizing, time to let this whole thing go. I don't feel that this is in my fate. Tell me, is this the right track? It's not too late to turn back. I've been on the losing team, it's exactly what it seems. But if something gives me a sign, toughen up and please, I'll try to do what everyone's expecting, but is it inside of me?
I'll take my Grammy now, thanks. But
My bad, okay.
lie. Hey. So, what do I want you guys to take from this speech? I want you guys to go out there and really find what you like to do. Like I said, the struggle is me. I've done so much stuff. I've done hockey and all that. I did swimming, gymnastics. And I didn't really stop until I found what I really wanted to do. And I encourage all of you to do the same because it's really amazing when you find something that you genuinely like to do and want to get better at it. I found this, I'm going to leave you guys with this quote that I found when I was scrolling through my Twitter feed one day. And it inspires me every day because it has so much truth to it. Never give up on something you can't go a day without thinking about. So just take that with you, like, through your journey.